Speaking of problems, here's what's happening in China. The situation is going from bad to worse in Shanghai. New infections are breaking records. More than 25,000 cases were reported today. The situation is tough, to say the least. The Indian consulate in the city has become inaccessible due to restrictions as the people of Shanghai suffer inside their homes because of shortages. Here's a report.
That voice is of a mother. It's a desperate appeal for help. The woman's son had fever. She wanted some fever-reducing medicine. With Shanghai locked down and drugstores closed, the mother had no choice but to ask the neighbors for help. There are more like her. This may look like a construction site, but it is not. This is a makeshift quarantine center in Shanghai. A mother was shipped off here with her 3-year-old by the local authorities. Shanghai is still struggling to cope with its Wuhan virus surge. More than 130,000 cases have been reported so far. The number of new infections is rising every day. The people of Shanghai are struggling. Even Communist Party loyalists can't deny that. Hu Xijin, the former editor of state mouthpiece The Global Times, spoke out. He said he had seen the videos of protests in Shanghai. Chinese health officials predict there won't be any respite soon.
In the city of Shanghai, for 8 consecutive days, there have been over 10,000 new infected cases reported. The epidemic is in a period of rapid growth. Community transmission has not been effectively contained and has spilled over to multiple provinces and cities. We predict that in the next few days, the number of new infected cases will continue to be at a high level. We are still faced with grim and complicated challenges in the fight against the epidemic.
China's containment strategies are not working. This video is from near a quarantine center in Shanghai. These are believed to be the patients who were sent there. They came out to get food supplies. The locals living close to the quarantine site are worried. They fear more people are now getting sick in the area. The outbreak in Shanghai has led to diplomatic repercussions. The United States has asked its citizens to reconsider traveling to Shanghai, not because of the Wuhan virus outbreak, but due to China's response. The United States says Beijing is enforcing pandemic rules arbitrarily. America's non-emergency staff in Shanghai has been asked to go home. Beijing is outraged by the move.
We express strong dissatisfaction and firm opposition to the US politicizing and instrumentalizing the issue of personnel evacuation. We have lost stern representations with the US side. The US should immediately stop criticizing China's epidemic prevention policy, stop using the epidemic to engage in political manipulation, and stop smearing China.
Beijing's anger doesn't come as a surprise, but it's an undeniable fact that Shanghai is struggling. The Wuhan virus has gone out of control. The residents of Shanghai are getting desperate. They want some relief from the virus and the restrictions. China needs a new strategy to combat this outbreak. But will Beijing really pivot away from zero COVID?
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.